Hello everyone. I know I've been gone for quite a while. A lot has happened since I've been gone. I delivered my baby. I am no longer pregnant anymore. It feels really weird, and it's really weird to say that. I had a scheduled C-section on the 22nd. Yeah, the 22nd. I delivered him, and his name is Levi. He is in the NICU, which is very sad. What else? I am doing great. I have a giant rash on my belly. I'll talk about Levi in a minute. But right now I just kind of have a rash on my belly. It's getting better. I am starting to walk a lot more without being in immense pain or feel weird. Hold on, let me see if I can. My phone's gonna die, so I kind of just wanna plug it in. Can I set it down? Oh, perfect. Okay. Let me just sit down. Oh, this is not gonna work. Maybe right here. Let me see. Perfect. That's good enough. I don't really care. But, anyway, sorry. I had a C-section. I delivered my baby. He is doing great. He has been in the hospital for about a week and a half now. A little over a week. He is doing so much better, and he had, I guess I'll talk about it now. I don't know. This video is probably gonna be all over the place just because it's been a while and my brain's kind of all scattered. Anyways, he is in the NICU. He wasn't breathing very well on his own after he did his agar test. They immediately, I had him in the room with me for about 3 minutes before they're like, hey, we need to get him out. He needs to go to the NICU. He's not breathing well. They let me know. They let my husband know. My husband could have went with him, but he chose to stay with me after they fixed me up. I was in recovery for about 2 hours, and then they moved me to the Women's Care Center, where I would be permanently staying for the rest of the time being in the hospital. I was only admitted for 3 days. I could have stayed longer, but it was basically Christmas when I discharged myself. We went home, didn't really do anything. I slept for a couple days. We went up and saw Levi. It was really hard because I had to be all masked up, and they had me in a gown. What else? After he had been in there for a while, he just wasn't getting better. He was getting better, but he wasn't getting worse. So he was kind of staying stagnant in what he was doing, breathing wise. He will have to come. He's coming home tomorrow, which would be now the 20. No, oh my goodness. It will be the 2nd. He'll be coming home on the 2nd, hopefully, if we can get his oxygen home. We have this place in mind that they were talking to me about to get him on oxygen. He might only be on it for a week, maybe more, depending on how he's doing. But yeah, he is actually doing really well now. He is breastfeeding. Every time I go up there, I'm breastfeeding him. They're giving him my milk when I when they bottle feed him. He had a feeding tube for a while. Like, they just recently took it off him 3 days ago. So now that's one less thing he has to worry about. He passed his hearing test. He passed his other tests that he needs to do. The only thing they're working on right now is the car seat test, which is like the big thing to get him home. They want to make sure that his oxygen level, I guess, is staying the same and that he's comfortable and not like freaking out, I guess. I don't know. They kind of went over it a little bit while we were there. My husband knows a lot more because he listens. I'm not that good at that, especially when I have my baby. I'm just like so focused on him, like nothing else matters. But we didn't film, or not that we didn't want to, we couldn't film the delivery process of him. So I thought it'd just be pointless to film me. Just like they could film my face. That's all he could do. And I was just like, well, fine, let's not film it all then. Because I don't want to just look at my face the whole time. And plus I threw up. And I don't think anyone wants to see that. But yeah, the delivery was actually really quick. He was born at 11:49 on December 22nd, 2021. He weighed 5 pounds, 11 ounces, and he is as healthy as he could be, minus the oxygen problem. I'm feeling a lot better. Like I said, I have that rash. I don't know if it's because I'm allergic to something, because I know I'm allergic to benzoin. I don't know if they used it. I looked at my review notes that they put on my chart, and it came back with nothing. They just said they used steri strips after they sutured me. But yeah, everything else went great. I did get a spinal block, and if you know, or if you don't know, I have a fused spine from T3 to L4. I don't know if that's right on the top part, but I know it ended somewhere around L4, and I know around L5, L4 is where they want to do those spinal blocking or epidurals, so that was kind of like hard for them, but they did end up doing it. I would have, if they didn't do it or didn't get my spine to be injected, I would have had to been put under. So, and my husband wouldn't have been able to be in the room with me, because at that point it'd be on like a full surgery. No one could be in the room other than me and the surgeons. But yeah, I was in recovery, like I said, for a couple hours. Then they moved me for the next 3 days. Symptoms I had, because I think they went lower to L3. I think that's what they were saying. They spent a good like 15-20 minutes trying to put the needle in my back to get the spinal block in, and they were having the hardest time. Like, they were like about to get an ultrasound in. They were about to like almost give up at that point and just put me under. But I just kept praying and hoping and crossing my fingers that they could just get the spinal block in, because I didn't want to be put under. I don't really like the feeling of anesthesia after waking up. I just feel really groggy and gross, and just, yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, so they finally got it in, and it felt so weird. I think they did do it on L3, which is lumbar 3, at the very bottom close to the sacrum. Or coccyx, whatever. I think that's it. I don't know. It's been a while. But yeah, it felt weird. It was like a zap and then a weird thing, I guess you could say. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a weird shooting thing in my groin. It was just like the weirdest feeling in the world. And then it took literally probably about another 15 to 20 minutes to get my whole body or my whole lower half numb. Like, they were poking my arm saying it was a 10, and then they'd poke my leg and I'd say I feel it. And then they're like, okay, that's not good. They'd wait like another like 5 minutes, and then they'd do it again. And I could still feel it. Like, it wasn't necessarily pain, but I could like feel pain. Like, they said it was a 10, and then they'd ask me what the number I felt on my leg, and it would be like between a 5 and a 6. And it took the longest time, like no joke, longest time to get it in my leg, or to not feel my legs, not to feel my stomach. And my husband was like, I felt like I was gonna put a hole in the floor for how many times I was just pacing. I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't have taken that long, but they're like, with my, they said my body was, I don't know, sorry, my brain's like in a fog. I don't remember what they said. My anatomy was different because I have hardware, meaning my fusion with the screws and rods. I think they tried L4, but they couldn't get it, and I couldn't, like, I don't have feeling in my lower back, like it's numb down where the scar ends. That whole area is just completely numb already, so whatever they were doing, I didn't really feel it. They're like, can you feel this? I'm like, not really, no. But yeah, it was intense. It was actually kind of scary, and I cannot imagine doing that in an emergency situation. It was like, I was already trying not to have a panic attack in there. Like, there were many times where I was just like trying to breathe it out, like, it's okay, you know, just breathe. Very terrifying, not a fun experience. But I'm just glad my baby's healthy and that he is okay, and that most importantly, I get to take him home tomorrow. I do have a few clips of me with him, and I might insert them at the end of this video. But I want to clarify, my husband chose Levi. I wanted Luciano. Those were the two names that we picked. But we both compromised, and his full name is Levi Luciano. And I'm not going to disclose his last name because that's not important. But yes. I don't think I am missing anything else. At least nothing that's of importance or fun. Other than I did skin to skin with him. And my husband just recently did skin to skin with him. Sorry if I'm like looking off, but I'm just trying to think of what I'm missing. Oh, today I cleaned his room, even though he's not going to be sleeping in it for a while. We're actually currently sleeping in our living room because I'm still struggling to walk upstairs after my C-section. I feel great though, like they prescribed me oxys, and I'm like super terrible on oxys. Like, I just get really nauseous and sick. Like, I even like to the point where I throw up. So I'm like, I'm not taking that. Plus, my pain tolerance is pretty high, and I think that's due to my Ehlers-Danlos. Just because when I get cut, I don't feel it. Which is weird, I know. It's just like a sting and then a warm sensation. Warm oozing. And that's usually when I can tell that I am cut. But yeah. I don't think I'm missing anything else in this video. I'll wrap up a couple pictures and videos of my son. Maybe I'll record him coming home tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. There'll be a lot more videos now that I am home and feeling better. I just kind of wanted to take a break because just being through surgery and trying to figure all this stuff out was kind of tough. But I will be posting a lot more now that I am now more settled in at home. We're now ready for him to come home. I just kind of wanted to set things up for him before he did come home. We cleaned today. I didn't really vlog cleaning his room just because you've already seen his room, I think. If not, I'll do a room reveal tomorrow when I bring him home. Maybe. Or before I bring him home. I don't know. This video is getting really weird now. So I think I'm just going to wrap it up. I'll put in a few clips, like I said. And I'm just rambling now because I am bored and tired and don't have much sleep. And now I don't think I'm going to get much more sleep with him home, which is great. But I'm going to go now. So, bye.